Hello, everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, we'll hear about the impacts on the state of Maine and federal employees amid the ongoing government shutdown.
Plus, an intense moment for a driver on I-95 south in Orono as their vehicle caught on fire while driving.
And October is Pedestrian Safety Month. What drivers should know now that it gets darker much earlier.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Janessa Bishop.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for joining us. We'll have those stories and much more coming up. But first, a check of that forecast. And boy, what a difference a couple of days can make. Woke up
cold.
This morning, the thermometer in my truck, I don't know how accurate it was, but it said it was 35 degrees.
Oh my goodness.
And it felt like it too.
Yeah.
I had to wear a real coat this morning.
Me too. I had to start my car quite a bit earlier before I left.
Yeah.
So
the good news is it's going to be sunny at least.
Right.
Temperatures getting up into the 60s today.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
Let's turn things over to meteorologist Devin Biggs.
And thank you very much. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Quality Automotive and Brewer. Experience the Quality Automotive difference. Reliable service and expert care that you can depend on. Call us to schedule your next appointment. 922-2043. Alrighty, here we go. We have a frost advisory posted until later on this morning. The winds in these areas have gone calm and the sky is clear. Perfect recipe for frost to develop. We also have a small craft advisory up until later on this morning. Some high surf alerts as well, with a hurricane further out towards sea. Imelda definitely stirring up the ocean. On land, high pressure keeping us in dominant control, so the sky is crystal clear this morning. A lot of sunshine will be on the way yet again. The northeast very quiet this morning. Farther down toward the south will steer the map. That's Imelda right there. Just went through Bermuda, so definitely stirring up the ocean this morning for us. Meanwhile, Futurecast, a lot of sunshine on the way for us today, with a partly cloudy sky coming up later on tonight and the sunshine on the way again as we head towards your Friday. Hourly forecast moving forward for today. Lots of sunshine. Temperatures not as warm, only into the 60s during the afternoon. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
Sounds great. Thank you very much, Devin. Well, the federal government is officially shut down after lawmakers failed to pass a funding bill. The shutdown is already impacting thousands of Maine employees. Our Grace Blanchard has more.
As of midnight Wednesday, the U.S. government is shut down, triggering a ripple effect that is impacting services and putting thousands out of work.
The bill upon reconsideration is not passed.
The political parties have been in a bitter standoff over health care spending. The Maine Center for Economic Policy says without action, millions will see premiums spike or lose coverage altogether.
This is about health insurance, and it's about making sure the executive branch honors the Congress's power to purse.
Federal officials say amid the shutdown, Acadia National Park will remain mostly accessible to visitors, and Social Security, VA, and Medicare benefits will continue, but some services will be limited.
If this goes on long, there will be, potentially very important programs like Medicaid and Medicare could be jeopardized.
Maine is home to more than 10,000 federal employees. Many workers deemed essential, like TSA agents, will continue to work without pay. It is unclear how many are being furloughed.
What we know is that there is potential for additional economic harm as a consequence of the shutdown if it is prolonged.
Senator Angus King and Senator Susan Collins voted in favor of the funding bill to avoid the shutdown. However, Senator King describes it as one of the most difficult votes he's made since he's been in the Senate. Maine lawmakers and organizations are calling on Congress to quickly find a resolution.
The partisan dysfunction has reached the point where we're now at jeopardy for losing vital service for Maine people.
Grace Blanchard, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
We will have more information on that coming up. In other news, people across the state are searching for answers after 250 state of Maine election ballots were allegedly delivered to a Newburgh woman in a private Amazon package. Officials have released limited information and have not confirmed the validity of these allegations, but the Secretary of State's office has released the following statement. Quote, "We are aware of the serious allegations that packages of ballots were received by a private citizen. Law enforcement is investigating the matter. We spoke with the Secretary of State yesterday, and she told us, quote, "Safe and secure elections are my top priority. As soon as we became aware of these ballots being sent outside of the appropriate chain of custody, I immediately initiated an investigation through my Secretary of State's Law Enforcement Division. Law enforcement is working diligently to determine who is responsible, and they will be held accountable. We will not stop until we have answers."
Well, meanwhile, Northern Light Health and Anthem Insurance have agreed to a 30-day extension. The two sides were facing a deadline of October 1st. Without a deal, Northern Light doctors and providers would have left Anthem's network, impacting employer-sponsored plans, individual coverage, hospital outpatient departments, and Anthem's Medicare Advantage plans. But on Wednesday afternoon, the companies announced in a joint statement that they've agreed to push the deadline back to the end of October. Representatives from both organizations had been scheduled to brief the public before the state's Health Coverage and Insurance Oversight Committee. That hearing was postponed once news of the extension came down. If no agreement is reached by October 31st, both groups will appear before the committee on November 6th.
The public has a right to comment. Legislators have a right to comment. This is something that affects our constituents very significantly, particularly mine in the Bangor, Herman, Penobscot County area. So I think it's important to keep their feet to the fire.
Governor Janet Mills also weighed in, saying she met personally with representatives from both sides, urging them to resolve this stalemate and to reach a fair and equitable agreement once and for all.
Multiple crews responded to a wildland fire in Trenton yesterday afternoon. According to the Trenton Fire Department, crews were dispatched at 3:05 p.m. for a brush fire that was actively spreading on the Jordan River Road. The blaze spread rapidly, and eventually air assistance was called in from the Maine Forest Service. No injuries occurred during the fire, but almost 4 acres of land had burned by the time the fire was contained at 4:21 p.m. Firefighters say windy, dry conditions made the fire spread quickly, and they are taking the time to remind folks to be cautious about fire danger this fall.
When the winds pick up, it's a high fire danger. Even if you're having a campfire or a warming or cooking fire, we have to make sure that that fire is completely out, attended at all times, just to make sure that we don't have a dangerous situation.
Right now, it's not known what caused the wildfire, but Chief Heckman says most wildfires are caused by humans and are preventable. Check with your local fire department before burning anything outdoors, as many towns have banned outdoor burning at this time due to high fire danger.
An intense moment for a driver on Interstate 95 South. According to officials, the driver pulled over and got out of their vehicle safely before it became fully engulfed in flames. Lieutenant Andrew Brogden of the Orono Fire Department says crews were dispatched to mile marker 192 southbound just before 6:30. After their arrival, the fire was completely knocked down in just over 10 minutes. Traffic was restricted to one lane while crews battled the blaze, but it was quickly reopened. Brogden says there were no injuries from that fire.
A crash in Carmel shut down part of I-95 North yesterday afternoon. Maine State Police received the call just after 3 p.m., reporting a single vehicle crash in the median from the northbound side of the interstate. Both lanes were initially shut down while a life flight helicopter landed on the roadway. Our reporter that was on scene observed a Toyota Matrix with Vermont plates and significant damage. Police confirmed that a single occupant was in the vehicle. Our crew on the scene saw the occupant extricated from the car and loaded into the helicopter for transport. Traffic returned to normal after about 45 minutes of the incident. We will bring you more information as it becomes available.
Well, for those who've traversed Green Lake's more than 3,000 acres in Hancock County and wondered how the water level is controlled, our Doug Banks spoke with the man responsible for it all. He also gives us an inside look at where the water goes and how it supplies electricity to hundreds of nearby homes.
On the eastern end of Green Lake sits the Green Lake Dam, which is currently lowering the water levels from its summer levels of between 6.2 to 7.2 feet. By October 15th, the water levels
will be at the bottom of the gauge, which there's no problems this year. It's been really dry.
Green Lake's water travels through this penstock for a quarter mile at around 10 feet per second. Into here, a turbine turning all the water pressure into electricity that goes to the grid and powers roughly 300 homes.
The grid is the interconnected electric circuits that supply power to most people.
The power station also provides water for the Green Lake National Fish Hatchery. It maintains the dam, the lake, and its wildlife.
We are a steward of the lake.
His father owned and operated the dam and power station beginning in 1984 until Kleinschmidt took over in 2005. It was then, he says, differing opinions about the water levels were raised. But while Kleinschmidt controls the levels, he says he must adhere to the guidelines set by resource agencies and organizations, both public and governmental.
We have a daily logbook that we keep. We're actually running it in some ways tighter than my father did. And my father ran it tighter than Bangor Hydro used to. There are a few entities that have to have a very well-rounded, balanced view of the lake and how it's run. And this company is one of those entities.
In Ellsworth, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Meanwhile, October is Pedestrian Safety Month, and the Maine Bureau of Highway Safety is reminding drivers that it's getting darker earlier, and it's especially important to look out for people who are walking in or next to roadways. In the past 4 years, 14% of Maine traffic-related fatalities were pedestrians. Maine Bureau of Highway Safety Director Lauren Stewart says, quote, pedestrian safety is a two-way street. It is important for drivers to be extra cautious on roadways that have a lot of foot traffic. Pedestrians want to do everything they can to be more visible. Bright-colored clothing and flashlights save lives.
Well, there will be a big change this year during a big fundraiser for the Bangor Humane Society. Paws on Parade will still take place this weekend, but unlike previous years, participants are being asked to leave their dogs at home. It's because of an outbreak of canine parvovirus, which is highly transmittable and can be fatal to dogs if left untreated. The event on the Bangor waterfront in Bangor Saturday will feature a walk, vendors, and food trucks. Pet owners can carry pictures of their dogs or bring secured cats or other small animals since they can't get parvo. Proceeds from the event will help the Humane Society care for more than 2,000 animals annually. Catherine Ravenscraft, the Director of Development and Communications, will join us during our 8 o'clock hour to discuss that ongoing situation.
The time is now 6:13. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, Husson University hosted a blood drive on campus in collaboration with the Red Cross.
We'll tell you why it's so important. Plus, we'll also take a look at that forecast. Today will be a mostly sunny day with highs near 63 degrees. Partly cloudy tonight, with lows dropping down to around 40. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and warmer with a high near 70. We'll be right back.
Your local professional eco-friendly office space partner is Levesque Business Solutions, your one-stop shop to get the job done. Handling all your office furniture and printing machine needs at an affordable price. Offering full system integration into your workplace and local service on everything we sell. We can even remote monitor your system with just-in-time inventory and service need assessments. Little to no downtime gives you peace of mind. At Levesque Business Solutions, your solution is only an email or a phone call away.
Looking for winter services? There is still time to sign up. The pros at Atlantic Lawn Care and Landscape specialize in snow removal and ice management for commercial and residential properties. They will take care of the snow plowing, snow blowing, shoveling, salting, and sanding. Atlantic now has 2 locations and is accepting new clients in Brewer, Bangor, Beasley, and in town Orono, Brunswick, Topsail, Bath, and surrounding areas. Call for your free estimate or visit our website for customizable services. Local, reliable, and fully insured. Atlantic Lawn Care and Landscape.
You realize how cool this is? This kind of stuff just doesn't exist.
Suit up.
Never seen anyone do that.
Well, suit up.
You were born to stand out.
I love it.
Wonderful.
Welcome back, everyone. There is always a need for blood, and Husson University's radio station and its students helped offset some of that Wednesday with an on-campus blood drive. WHSN station manager Mark Nason says they hold the blood drive at least twice a year, and he says it does more than help fill the immediate need for blood. He says it's a way to encourage community involvement and create lifelong donors.
1 out of every 4 donors that we have here at our blood drives are first-time donors, and that's great because getting them in the first time is the biggest challenge. And then if they donate once, then they come back the next semester, they donate again.
Nason says donating is the kind of thing that's rewarding to your heart, and if you don't need blood now, you or someone you know might need it in the future. You can make an appointment to donate at 1-800-RED CROSS.
Law enforcement canines who have served and then passed away or were killed in the line of duty are now being memorialized in a special way thanks to the Saginaw County Sheriff's Sergeant. The sketches are the work of Saginaw County Detective Sergeant Adam Temple, who is a renowned criminal sketch artist. Canine Rook served in the Cumberland County Sheriff's Office. Maine State Police Canine Preacher was also killed in the line of duty in Portage Lake earlier this year. Sergeant Temple creates the sketches to hone his craft further and also to honor the lost canines. And they're not just from Maine. Canine Azzy served in Texas, and Canine Bolo was with the Asheville, North Carolina PD. The Saginaw County Sheriff's Office says grieving handlers are often surprised to receive the special tribute to their lost partners.
Eastern Maine Community College received a rather large donation from a local contractor company, about 25 tons in fact. On Wednesday, Sargent Corporation donated a Caterpillar 320 excavator to EMCC, which the company used for an estimated 70,000 hours. Sargent Assistant Equipment Manager Brandon Mace says the excavator is the cutting edge of electric and hydraulic heavy equipment and is exactly the kind of equipment EMCC students will need to know how to work on once they enter the workforce. Sargent Equipment Manager Tim Richards is an EMCC alum, though when he attended school, it was known as Eastern Maine Vocational Technical Institute. He says this is a full circle moment and that this donation is a way to ensure the next generation has the knowledge they need to enter the workforce.
I mean, this is what we run on, our equipment and our vehicles, our trucks. You know, we need the technicians to help us keep that going so we can
Thing to do too.
Yeah, what a good story.
Yeah, those things are expensive
They
too.
are,
That's
I
something
know.
the school probably couldn't get itself.
Right.
Yeah.
The time now is 6:18. Hurricane Imelda is storming through the Atlantic and is heading for one specific island.
We'll have the latest on the storm coming up. Plus, it is day 2 of the government shutdown as the White House warns mass layoffs could be coming soon. We'll have those stories and more coming up on Good Morning Maine.
This morning, wake up with Dwayne Johnson.
We cannot wait to catch up with our guy.
This Good Morning America will be
great.
Plus, Emily Blunt. And you never know what will happen when they get together. This morning on
Good Morning America.
Winniport Sheds now offers home kits ranging in size up to 2,300 square feet. Our homes are built with 2x6 studs and can be fully customized with options for siding, windows, doors, and floor plans. Best of all, they are energy efficient and affordable. Our home kits typically cost 30 to 50% less than conventional construction homes. Only at Winniport Sheds. Give us a call today, 990-2525.
Time to get clean!
Yes, but that liquid detergent leaves you covered in harsh chemical residue. Not Earth Breeze. Just one sheet gives you a powerful clean.
Switch now at earthbreeze.com.
The Sylvia Ross Home in Bangor provides 5 professional levels of care and support for residents. We have access to a registered nurse on campus 24/7. Our weekly entertainment consists of a variety of live musical performances and bingo games twice a week. Our on-site beauty salon is available with a professional stylist, and we have 2 libraries that offer computers and Wi-Fi. Sylvia Ross Home is a warm, welcoming community. Please join us anytime for a tour and lunch.
hurricane storming through the Atlantic has one island bracing for impact. Hurricane Imelda was clocked as a Category 2 storm on Wednesday as it headed toward the island of Bermuda. The hurricane is expected to dump heavy rains along with strong winds on that island.
While Bermuda is known for its strong structures that have lasted through several storms, many schools, government offices, and its airport closed on Wednesday ahead of Imelda's landfall. The National Hurricane Center expects the heaviest winds to hit Bermuda today.
And it hopefully doesn't cause a lot of damage when it does happen. We're pretty lucky in our neck of the woods, though. The weather has been pretty calm and pretty.
Nothing too crazy.
Still need some more rain.
We do.
But the sunshine will continue.
The time now is 6:20. Let's get a full look at our weather forecast with meteorologist Devin Biggs.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Quality Automotive and Brewer. Experience the Quality Automotive difference. Reliable service and expert care that you can depend on. Call us to schedule your next appointment, 922-2043. Alrighty, here we go. Frost advisories posted until around 8 a.m. or so this morning. The winds have gone calm, and of course, we're under a mostly clear skies, so perfect recipe for frost to develop. A small craft advisory also posted until later on this morning, and some high surf alerts also posted as well, thanks to Hurricane Imelda that just went through Bermuda this morning, so wave heights are very active out there, 4 to 7 feet for us, but farther out towards sea, you can see those right there at around 12 to 13 feet. You can see the green right there, so of course the hurricane definitely stirring up the ocean this morning. Otherwise, again, not a whole lot going on for us on land. The sky is crystal clear thanks to high pressure. That's going to be our dominant feature for a while, keeping the entire Northeast rather quiet. And in fact, a good part of the U.S., not a whole lot going on at this moment in time. I can even pull the map further off towards the east. You can see the hurricane that just went through Bermuda, but really that's the only fanfare going on at this moment in time. So futurecast for us, again, rather boring coming up. Lots of sunshine for today. Some clouds passing through later on tonight. And then as we head towards tomorrow, again, a lot of sunshine to start things off for your Friday. A few passing clouds. Once we head towards Friday night, clouds farther off towards the north. And even as we head towards your Saturday, some passing clouds. And that's about it. We got an update to our fall foliage map. We have peak colors in the northern parts and northwestern parts of the state, and a little bit more in the way of some to higher colors in other parts of the state. So enjoy the fall colors now while we still have them across our neck of the woods. So a forecast for today with a mostly sunny sky, highs in the low 60s and that north wind at about 5 miles per hour. By tonight, low 40s, partly cloudy, and that southwest wind at about 5 miles per hour. And then tomorrow, low 70s, mostly sunny, southwest wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Let's check out your extended forecast brought to you by Quality Automotive. Partly cloudy Saturday with highs in the mid-70s, upper 70s Sunday under a mostly sunny sky. Partly cloudy Monday, highs in the low 80s.
Seasons Lounge and Banquet Center. We're just one block from Hollywood Slots in Bangor, and your home for the NFL Sunday Ticket. Come watch the game with us and have an appetizer combo. See us for game day specials. Fans, food, fun, seasons.
When you're ready to remodel your kitchen, find all the materials and services you need at Hammond Lumber Company. Get inspired by the extensive in-store displays in Hammond's Kitchen, Bath, and Flooring Division. Hammond's designers will help you visualize your space before the work begins. And all design fees are refunded when you purchase your materials from them. And Hammond delivers from 34 locations across Maine and New Hampshire. When it's time for a new kitchen, it's time to bring your vision to Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
Honey, where's the countertop?
I sent it out to the granite shop this morning to be replaced.
Wow. The quickest turnaround in the business. The Granite Shop in Sedgwick.
Welcome to Kings Mountain RC and Hobby Shop in Brewer.
And some call me the King.
There are RC trucks, cars, crawlers, and parts aplenty. There are planes, metal detectors, and gear galore. I have decreed that all people can book birthday parties with their RC vehicles provided for all. We have indoor and outdoor tracks and crawling courses available. Bring yourself, your family, and friends to Kings Mountain RC and Hobby Shop, South Main Street, Brewer.
Seasons Lounge and Banquet Center. We're just one block from Hollywood Slots in Bangor, and your home for the NFL Sunday Ticket. Come watch the game with us and have an appetizer combo. See us for game day specials. Fans, food, fun. Seasons.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, this morning it is day 2 of the government shutdown, and the blame game intensifies. Democrats and Republicans again voting down each other's bills to reopen the federal government. It comes as the White House warns mass layoffs could come as early as today. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio is in Washington with the details.
With no signs of the government shutdown ending anytime soon, the Trump administration warns it could begin the unprecedented step of firing federal workers as soon as today.
Oh my God, it's terrible. The food is high, the electric bills and the gas bill, all of these things went up. So I'm already juggling paycheck to paycheck.
Millions of federal workers impacted, including more than 750,000 federal employees now furloughed. Vice President J.D. Vance in the briefing room blamed Democrats and warned mass layoffs could be coming. ABC's Mary Bruce pressed the vice president on why layoffs are necessary, since previous administrations only furloughed workers, a temporary move.
Why does the president want to fire some workers and not just furlough them? Why is this shutdown any different?
Well, first of all, we haven't made any final decisions about what we're going to do with certain workers. What we're saying is that we might have to take extraordinary steps, especially the longer this goes on.
Democrats have demanded that Republicans reverse cuts to Medicaid and extend expiring Obamacare subsidies so that health care premiums don't rise for millions of Americans next year.
The point is to say these people need their health care coverage, and the Democrats are willing to fight to protect access to health care. Republicans say they'd rather shut down the government than make sure that Americans get their access to health care. I think they're wrong.
The White House insisting the government needs to reopen before discussing health care policy, and now turning up the pressure, targeting projects in Democratic-leaning states, freezing $18 billion in infrastructure funding for New York City, home of both Democratic leaders Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries, and blocking $8 billion for energy projects in 16 states that voted Democrat in the last presidential election.
More Americans are seeing signs of the shutdown, with some parks and monuments now closed. As for negotiations, the Senate will not be back in session until Friday. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
Meanwhile, rescuers are continuing to chip away at debris to save those who are still trapped after an Indonesian school collapse. Rescuers wearing hard hats, crawling into tight passages of concrete rubble to reach survivors days after they were trapped in Monday's collapse of an Islamic school's prayer hall in Indonesia. Some of the survivors were communicating with rescuers to free them. 5 students were rescued yesterday, but the effort is racing the clock. Disaster officials say there are still 59 people buried in the rubble. The death toll was also confirmed to be 5, not 6, after data from hospitals was confirmed.
Now to the Jeffrey Epstein scandal, and a top official from the Trump administration with some candid comments, now describing Epstein as, quote, the greatest blackmailer ever. ABC's Morgan Norwood has more.
This morning, President Trump's Commerce Secretary is speaking out about convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Howard Lutnick, who once lived next door to Epstein, telling a New York Post podcast Epstein once gave him a tour of his home.
I say to him, massage table in the middle of your house? How often do you have a massage? And he says, every day. And then he gets weirdly close to me. Ooh. And he says, and the right kind of massage.
Lutnick says he broke ties with Epstein after that encounter. He says he believes Epstein got a favorable deal back in 2008 when Epstein pleaded guilty to 2 state prostitution charges, granting him and any potential co-conspirators immunity from federal prosecution. Lutnick then making this claim.
And what happened in that massage room, I assume, was on video. This guy was the greatest blackmailer ever.
Suggesting without evidence that Epstein may have traded compromising videos of high-profile associates in exchange for leniency. Epstein ended up serving only 13 months in a county jail with work release privileges. The Justice Department and FBI have said there's no credible evidence that Epstein blackmailed prominent individuals, but House Democrats now want to speak with Lutnick.
We're very interested in understanding what exactly he knows, where those theories come from, and anyone, particularly if you're in the Trump administration and you are saying those comments so freely, you have to have additional information.
The push in Congress to release more of the Epstein files has been delayed by the government shutdown. Morgan Norwood, ABC News, New York.
Well, morning breaks in central Gaza, where displaced Palestinians take shelter in tents. This morning, many Palestinians are seeking refuge in makeshift tents, bringing what belongings they can. Video shows rows of these tents stretching along the coast after displaced Palestinians walked along the Mediterranean in search of a new place to live. This comes as Israel is ramping up its effort to seize full control of Gaza City.
And reports say Federal Communications Commission Chair Brendan Carr has agreed to testify before the Senate following the temporary suspension of Jimmy Kimmel's Late Night Show. Reports say Carr is set to testify in front of the Senate Commerce Committee. According to reports, after speaking with the Senate Commerce Committee Chair Ted Cruz, Carr decided to testify. Kimmel's show was pulled off air on September 17th after he made comments about conservative activist Charlie Kirk's assassination, which was condemned by Carr. The show returned on September 23rd. The reports say there is no date set for the hearing, but it may be scheduled for November. Coming up on the second half of the newscast, many are remembering the life of Jane Goodall and all of her contributions to the environment.
We'll have that story and more coming up on Good Morning Maine.
Join us every Friday this season as we celebrate the return to the gridiron with the most highlights, reactions, and analysis of your favorite teams. Catch Sports Blitz Friday at 11 on ABC 7. Sports Blitz is brought to you by Coastal Auto Parts, your local Napa Auto Parts dealer with 30 locations, owned and operated by a Maine family that cares. And by Dorsey Furniture, Route 1A Holden, where you'll find furniture that's in stock and ready for delivery.
The most important thing is family. AAA shares the same family values. For over 100 years, AAA has been providing legendary service and has helped what it values most, its members. Join our family, and you could save on your auto insurance policy with our competitive pricing. We offer you our support when you need it, whether it's questions about your policy or with our most trusted roadside assistance service. Visit AAA.com/insurance and find out how much you could save.
As a hybrid pioneer, followed by years of refinement, Toyota has earned praise for creating the most advanced and reliable hybrid system. Now with more hybrid all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive models than any other brand. Like the four-wheel drive Land Cruiser Hybrid with ample horsepower and an unrivaled heritage. It offers the ultimate comfort. So see your New England Toyota dealer, your hybrid all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
Central Maine Barns and Sheds, quality products built right here in Newport with a strong attention to detail. We have an incredible selection of pre-made options and would be more than happy to custom build a unit specifically for you. Central Maine Barns and Sheds has financing options available, including a rent-to-own program. We provide free delivery and setup within a 30-mile radius of any of our locations. Check out our full inventory at centralmainbarns.com or call for more information, 368-6177.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Thursday, October 2nd, 2025. Boy, where did September go?
I know.
Goes by so fast.
Flew by.
Today is also National Fried Scallops Day.
When cooked right, scallops become the perfect melt-in-your-mouth delicacy. Scallops are mollusks and can swim in water by rapidly closing and opening their shells using a muscle.
I didn't know that.
I
They
didn't
just
either.
kind of flap along or
guess.
whatever. Yeah.
That muscle is what usually is consumed by most humans. Maine scallop season gets underway in December and is highly regulated to protect habitats of scallop populations.
Oh, it's so nice when you get some freshly
I know.
harvested scallops, though.
They're so good.
My mom likes to eat them raw. You know,
Oh.
we've been out on the boat before with the scallop draggers, and they'll cut them out of the shell and just pass them to mom, and she'll eat them right down. So a lot of people like them like
Interesting.
that.
I
yeah.
don't think I've ever had them like that before.
I like them cooked up in some way.
I like them wrapped in bacon.
Ooh, yeah, now you're talking.
Yeah.
Get yourself some scallops today if you can. All right, it's time for history. It was on this day back in 1535, going way back this morning. French explorer Jacques Cartier discovered Mount Royal, which is now known as Montreal, Canada. They probably call it Royale, though.
Right.
In 1902, the classic children's book, The Tale of Peter Rabbit by Beatrix Potter, was published in London. In 1919, President Woodrow Wilson had a serious stroke on this date at the White House, which left him paralyzed on the left side. And in 1950, Charles Schulz's Peanuts comic strip debuted in 7 U.S. newspapers, just 7 of them. It was a big hit, though, and would eventually run in more than 2,600 newspapers. Some may not realize Schulz almost named Charlie Brown's dog Sniffy, and not Snoopy, but another comic dog already had that name.
Well, isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
In 1962, U.S. ports were closed to nations that allowed ships to carry arms to Cuba. And in 1965, Gatorade was tested during a football game between the Florida Gators and the Louisiana Tigers. Developed in the University of Florida's own science lab, the drink was designed to fight dehydration and help restore an athlete's essential chemicals in their body. It wasn't a hit with the players in the early days because it tasted so bad, but improvements were made and it is now widely used.
And that's why they call it Gatorade, too, from the Florida
Gators. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we learn all kinds of things
I'm
here.
connecting the dots
Right.
now. And in 1967, Thurgood Marshall became the first African-American to join the U.S. Supreme Court. He served 24 years until his retirement in 1991. And in 1985, Hollywood icon Rock Hudson became the first U.S. celebrity to die from the AIDS virus.
That was a big shock at the time
I
because
bet.
he was always seen as like this big man's man. He
Yeah.
always played those roles, and
Right.
and then this happened.
Yeah.
All right, for birthdays, they include rocker Sting, who is 74 years old today. TV personality Kelly Ripa is 55, and the great actress Julie Andrews turns 90 years old today. Happy birthday to them, and to you also if your birthday is today.
Let's turn things over to meteorologist Devin Biggs.
And thank you very much. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Quality Automotive and Brewer. Experience the Quality Automotive difference. Reliable service and expert care that you can depend on. Call us to schedule your next appointment. 922-2043. Alrighty, here we go. We have a frost advisory posted until later on this morning. The winds in these areas have gone calm and the sky is clear. Perfect recipe for frost to develop. We also have a small craft advisory up until later on this morning. Some high surf alerts as well, with a hurricane further out towards sea. Imelda definitely stirring up the ocean. On land, high pressure keeping us in dominant control, so the sky is crystal clear this morning. A lot of sunshine will be on the way yet again. The northeast very quiet this morning. Farther down toward the south will steer the map. That's Imelda right there. Just went through Bermuda, so definitely stirring up the ocean this morning for us. Meanwhile, Futurecast, a lot of sunshine on the way for us today, with a partly cloudy sky coming up later on tonight and the sunshine on the way again as we head towards your Friday. Hourly forecast moving forward for today. Lots of sunshine. Temperatures not as warm, only into the 60s during the afternoon. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
Thank you, Devin, for the latest on what's happening in Hollywood.
Here's ABC's Jacqueline Lee.
I remember pieces The first official trailer for Frankenstein is now out, the latest creation from Oscar-winning horror director Guillermo del Toro. Euphoria's Jacob Elordi takes on the role of the iconic monster. Dr. Frankenstein himself, meanwhile, is played by Oscar Isaac. Frankenstein will be unleashed in theaters October 17th and will hit Netflix in November.
Your generation would rather sit in front of the television.
I would rather sit in front of the TV.
It's an expanded partnership, Charlie Brown. Apple TV Plus has announced it's working on a slate of new Peanuts cartoons. In addition, Apple says it'll also give non-subscribers free streaming of holiday classics. It's The Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown, a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, and a Charlie Brown Christmas on selected dates. The band 9 Inch Nails is adding more shows to their North American tour. Starting in February, the group will play shows in New Orleans, Los Angeles, Washington, D.C., and Las Vegas. Tickets go on sale next Wednesday. And happy birthday to Sting. The lead singer and bassist of The Police, whose real name is Gordon Sumner, is turning 74 today. That's what's happening in Hollywood. Jacqueline Lee, ABC News.
Such a talented guy, too.
Still to come here this morning, Jack Webb with sports.
Don't go away.
On October 18th, join Bar Harbor Whale Watch Company to cruise Maine's mighty Penobscot River. Traveling from Bar Harbor to Bangor, you'll visit 10 stunning lighthouses and learn about river restoration efforts and view beautiful fall foliage. Enjoy fun, informative narration from naturalist and lighthouse historians, plus a Bangor lunch stop. Get photo tips on board with our professional photographer. Visit barharborwhales.com for more details and to book your tickets.
Carpets looking tired, stained, or just plain dirty? It's time to call the pros. At CNR Carpet Cleaning, we use deep steam technology to remove dirt, odors, pet hair, and allergens fast. Fresh, clean carpets, healthier home. That's the CNR promise. Visit our Facebook page for a free estimate or call us today, 631-7380. Step into clean with CNR Carpet Cleaning.
I'm Jim with Lowry Law. I was contacted by a woman who asked me to help one of her friends who had been hurt by a drunk driver. Not only did he have multiple injuries, he had the added stress of being the victim of a crime. We helped make sure that he didn't have to testify or even go to court. That was important to him, so I made it a priority. We got him a $250,000 settlement. If you've been hurt by a drunk driver, call me. I'm your go-to guy.
Hurt by a drunk driver? Call the twos.
Welcome back in, folks. We'll start with another big one at Yankee Stadium as the Red Sox look to close out the New York Yankees. Aaron Judge looks on. He's been known to struggle a little bit in October, but Ben Rice is going to do the work for him in the first. He launches a line drive over the short porch to put the Yankees up 2-0. In the third now, with the bases loaded, Trevor Story lines out to shallow center field to even things up at 2. We're going to see more from Story later on. In the bottom of the fifth, it's Judge. He's going to poke one to left field. It's going to look like Duran is there to make the catch, but it hits off the bottom of his glove, and the Yankees take a 3-2 lead as you get another look at it. Crucial error for Duran there, but Trevor Story would have his back. Next frame, he launches a home run over the left field wall to tie this one up at 3. Top of the seventh now, bases loaded. Can Story do it again? Hits one to deep center, but it's not deep enough as the Yankees get out of that jam. Bottom of the eighth now, 2 out. The catcher, Austin Wells, hits one down the right field line. That's a fair ball, and Jazz Chisholm shows off the speed, scoring all the way from first. His run would be the decider to force a Game 3 tomorrow night. Here's Cora on Whitlock's longest relief outing of the year.
And that was a lot of pitches for Whitlock. Was that more than you intended to use him necessarily?
Yeah, but at that point, we're all in, right? He's one of our best pitchers, you know. It just got up there, but we were doing everything possible to get to the top of the ninth with a tie game.
Some missed opportunities from the Sox in that one. Do or die Game 3 on Thursday night. We'll bring it back up to Orono, where Maine Hockey has named their captains for the upcoming season. Assistant captain from last year, Thomas Friel, along with standout defenseman Brandon Holt, will wear the C for the Black Bears this year. Both say it's an honor to be awarded the letter and to join a legendary list of Black Bear captains.
It means a lot, you know. I mean, I've been here now for 4 years, and I've played with a lot of great leaders that have kind of helped me become who I am, and I know there's so much history of great leadership here in Maine, so it's an honor and a great opportunity to try and carry that on.
It's a really cool honor. Obviously, I've been lucky enough to have some really awesome captains since I've been here, and when you look back at it, some of the captains of this program in the past, some amazing names achieved some really great things, and so to be given that honor, it's awesome.
Head coach Ben Barr says the way both Holt and Friel show up to the rink every day is what resulted in them earning those coveted letters.
Yeah, I mean, those guys are guys that consistency, like that's kind of what you're looking for, and you know, they got to be their own people, and they will be. They can't change who they are, but like their effort and their attitude consistently the whole time they've been here has been awesome. So, and that's not that other guys aren't, but you know, that those guys kind of encapsulate everything that we try to be.
The Black Bears take on a rival New Hampshire in an exhibition game on Friday night down at Bowdoin College. NBA training camps are underway, and down in Dallas, Maine's pride and joy, Cooper Flagg, is showing out. As the #1 overall pick, Flagg has impressed so far, which shouldn't surprise anyone considering his showing with the Olympic team just last summer. The 18-year-old is mature beyond his years, and he says he's taking it one step at a time.
I'm excited. Just trying to take it one step at a time, you know, enjoy every process, every step of the way, so I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I'm really excited.
Flagg has found himself on a star-studded team with former NBA champions such as Kyrie Irving, Anthony Davis, and Klay Thompson. His team's veterans are impressed with Flagg's work ethic thus far.
The thing I'm most impressed by with Cooper is he did not sit out one drill. He is in incredible shape. He's got great stamina. He's only 18 years old, making a huge impact. I'm just excited for his future, but he can also help us so much right now.
Proud. You know, he's going out there, he's being a sponge. He's learning a lot. He's learning on the fly. No matter if he's getting things right or wrong, he's being a sponge. He's being very vocal. He's being very confident. And that's what we love.
High praise from some of the league's top players. That's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Black Bear Nation, it's football season. Join us for all the excitement of game day in Orono. For tickets to all Black Bear games, visit goblackbears.com/tickets or call 581-2327. Go Blue!
I am a big believer in super beta prostate. You'll notice less urges to urinate, and you won't be getting up at night for so many bathroom trips. I wouldn't say it if I didn't truly believe it.
When I would visit my mother at the nursing home, there were really bad sores on her back, but nobody would tell me what was going on. Why not?
If an incident has occurred at a nursing home that's brought up cause for concern, call the 2s right now.
The attorneys at Lowry Law helped me get answers. They held the nursing home accountable for what happened to my mother.
If you suspect nursing home abuse or neglect, we're your go-to lawyers.
Hosted by Leah Remini.
4 of them make $1.
Quarters.
What is swing? Did you just say what is?
Yes.
You just realized you're not on Jeopardy. Okay.
People Puzzler
on ABC 7.
I'm still working on it. Hold on.
Oh.
Here we go.
All set?
I'm going to get my banana bread over here. Okay, now we're ready.
Since Martin's announced its relocation to Bangor, Brewer City leaders have been reimagining the future of Wilson Street and the surrounding areas. I spoke with the city's economic development director to get all those details.
Martin's retail store has been a Brewer staple for decades, but as of recently, the store announced that they were moving to Bangor. Darcy Main Boyington, Director of Economic Development for the City of Brewer, explained that they will move between January and March of 2026. She says the loss of this business can actually open up another avenue for them.
It is obviously a huge loss to the city in that, they're sort of iconic here. They've been here for so long. At the same time, the biggest problem the city of Brewer has had since COVID is lack of space. We have so many businesses contacting our office wanting to move here.
So the building, parking lot, and wooded area behind Martin's will host another business. Well, a lot of people have been wondering what exactly is going into the Martin's on Wilson Street. But the interesting thing is that the Economic Development Department here at the City of Brewer doesn't know either.
We, of course, reached out to Martin's right away to find out what we could do to try to get somebody else in there, but we found out they already have a buyer. We don't know who that buyer is yet.
She says regardless, this new buy could be the future of Wilson Street. The city's long-term vision involves finding more spaces and buildings so that new businesses can find a home. In Brewer, Janessa Bishop, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Never know what you're going to find here.
I know.
Yeah. All right, worldwide tributes pouring in, celebrating the life of influential primatologist Jane Goodall, who has passed away. Goodall, who became famous for her work with chimpanzees, passed away Wednesday of natural causes. Her time living amongst chimps in Tanzania in 1960 and the discoveries she made during that journey gave her worldwide fame and inspired generations of animal lovers.
I think one of the things that Jane Goodall is most well known for was her ability to relate wildlife to people and to empower people to take action for wildlife. There's this iconic photo of her and one of her chimpanzees, Flint, and she's reaching out to Flint and Flint is reaching back to her, and it just, I think, was such a powerful image of showing that we share this world with wildlife and we need to do all we can to protect them.
Jane Goodall was 91 years old. I think we've all learned a lot about animals thanks to her work.
Very inspirational.
Yeah.
Now here's meteorologist Devin Biggs with our full weather forecast.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Quality Automotive and Brewer. Experience the Quality Automotive difference. Reliable service and expert care that you can depend on. Call us to schedule your next appointment, 922-2043. Alrighty, here we go. Frost advisories posted until around 8 a.m. or so this morning. The winds have gone calm, and of course, we're under a mostly clear skies, so perfect recipe for frost to develop. A small craft advisory also posted until later on this morning, and some high surf alerts also posted as well, thanks to Hurricane Imelda that just went through Bermuda this morning, so wave heights are very active out there, 4 to 7 feet for us, but farther out towards sea, you can see those right there at around 12 to 13 feet. You can see the green right there, so of course the hurricane definitely stirring up the ocean this morning. Otherwise, again, not a whole lot going on for us on land. The sky is crystal clear thanks to high pressure. That's going to be our dominant feature for a while, keeping the entire Northeast rather quiet. And in fact, a good part of the U.S., not a whole lot going on at this moment in time. I can even pull the map further off towards the east. You can see the hurricane that just went through Bermuda, but really that's the only fanfare going on at this moment in time. So futurecast for us, again, rather boring coming up. Lots of sunshine for today. Some clouds passing through later on tonight. And then as we head towards tomorrow, again, a lot of sunshine to start things off here Friday. A few passing clouds. Once we head towards Friday night, clouds farther off towards the north. And even as we head towards your Saturday, some passing clouds. And that's about it. We got an update to our fall foliage map. We have peak colors in the northern parts and northwestern parts of the state, and a little bit more in the way of some to higher colors in other parts of the state. So enjoy the fall colors now while we still have them across our neck of the woods. So a forecast for today with a mostly sunny sky, highs in the low 60s and that north wind at about 5 miles per hour. By tonight, low 40s, partly cloudy, and that southwest wind at about 5 miles per hour. And then tomorrow, low 70s, mostly sunny, southwest wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Let's check out your your extended forecast, brought to you by Quality Automotive. Partly cloudy Saturday with highs in the mid-70s, upper 70s Sunday under a mostly sunny sky. Partly cloudy Monday, highs in the low 80s.
Your outdoor space is more than a patio. It's an outdoor living room, a gathering place for friends and family, a place for comfort, style, and quality. Telescope quality. Telescope Casual Furniture, family owned, made in small town America. Sold through your local patio furniture specialist. Take a closer look. You'll choose Telescope.
Richard Parks Furniture, located on High Street in Ellsworth next to LL Bean.
Autumn of Life Home Care is a great place to work. The team here provided me with all the opportunities and experience necessary to grow within the company, all while working around my busy college schedule. They provided all the necessary licensing and training. It truly was the job that kickstarted my career.
Autumn of Life Home Care is a licensed agency with personal support specialists.
Let our compassionate, reliable, considerate caregivers make your life a little easier by providing assistance for you or your loved one.
Autumn of Life Home Care. We focus on you.
Everything is so expensive these days, and being a widow makes things even tougher. I worked 4 jobs just to get by. That's why I'm so grateful for Senator Collins' new law. It restores Social Security benefits for thousands of Mainers just like me. Benefits we earned. Now I can enjoy my retirement with my grandchildren. Thank you, Senator Collins, for always delivering for Maine.
Call Senator Collins. Thank her for fighting for Maine.
Time to get clean!
Yes, but that liquid detergent leaves you covered in harsh chemical residue. Not Earth Breeze. Just one sheet gives you a powerful clean.
Switch now at earthbreeze.com.
What the heck is that?
Take cover! 118, brace for impact!
Welcome back, everyone. A local golf course is launching a fundraiser for a new flagpole. Coinciding with the Maine Veterans Project Golf Scramble on Friday, October 3rd, which is tomorrow, the Rocky Knoll Country Club will launch a campaign to raise $25,000 for a 60-foot flagpole. The country club previously flew its flag on a cell tower on its property, but last year the tower was converted into a 5G supported structure, which changed the shape and prevented the flag from flying properly. Clubhouse manager Sally White says the flag had become something of an icon, and its absence has been felt over the past year, prompting this new project.
It's been something that people recognized, players, non-players, people from the road even, people from the sky even flying in to Bangor International have seen the flag. It's been a symbol of, you know, what we stand for here and for our country, and it's been something we loved to have here.
If you can't make it to the scramble on Friday, White says a link to the donate can be found on the Rocky Knoll Facebook page.
Very neat.
Thank you for joining us. That is all the time we have for this hour. You can join us for the second hour of Good Morning Maine. That's next on Fox 22.
Thanks for being there, everyone. We hope you have a great day.